my computer. So official welcome to all of you from all over the world. Excited to have you here for our weekly team meeting for Club 120 Networkers. Special welcome to Nancy. Nancy joined us a week ago. I think this is your first time on the training, Nancy? Yes. Yes, so you've done this before, right? I can see you're doing all the hand movements, keeping my microphone muted. That's all good. So we're going to kick things off with our core commitments, and we have a volunteer, our own specialist Facebook Live person, Betty. Over to you, Betty.
All right. Make a commitment to being here 12 months from now. Complete all training on team training platform welcome page. Start every day with the morning ritual for success. Listen to paradigm shift training lessons daily. Find and work with an accountability partner in the team. Follow the roadmap to 6 figures in 12 months daily. Complete daily spas tracker and post 10-21-20 in Facebook group daily. Induct every new team member personally within 24 hours of joining. Maintain monthly order volume. Be a product of the product. Attend LifeVantage events conference.
Yeah, beautiful. Awesome. Good job. So today's topic. So today I wanted to share a little bit about what I've been up to. So I've been developing an automatic recruiting funnel. Just looking at how do we continue to automate what we do. And of course, it's important to understand that automatic recruiting funnels, nothing that we ever do is going to replace one-on-one conversation. Otherwise, this wouldn't be called network marketing. It'll be called, I don't know, funnel marketing, maybe something else. But I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully, I won't lose you. And I'll walk you through what I'm doing. I'm yet to test it. I've got a couple. It's not quite finished yet, but I want to give you a sense of what I've been working on. Is that cool? Get some nods. Hopefully, you get excited like I do. Before I do, let me get it ready here. I'm not sure why it's not there. All right. Share. All right, here we go. So this is it. So if you remember, like the whole intention of what we do, and I actually got on Karen's live today, which was awesome, talking about why we build online. We make no apology, right? This is what we do because it gives us leverage. We reach people all over the world. We empower them. They don't have to go after family and friends. In fact, one of our landmines is going after family and friends. We expect they come to us when the time is ready. And I think, Kat, you joined us. I didn't acknowledge you, I don't think. If I've missed anybody, I apologize. I think I acknowledged everybody. Just give us a comment there if I've missed you. We'll see got people dropping in. Got Mary coming in. Hey, Mary. So remember, nothing that we do replaces our connections with people. There are 3 ways that we help you build your business with Club 120. We do passive marketing, which is where you build your brand, you build your unique serving statement, which is what I was doing my Facebook Live about just before. You do active marketing, where you start conversations, you build your friend list. So instead of doing 100 names, you're doing it online, you're connecting with people, you're starting conversations, you're accepting friends, following the training that we've provided. And you create chats, you lead into a conversation where you can follow the script that we've given you. Hopefully you practiced it, and you invite them to look at the presentation. That's the one way. And then, of course, we're always working on our mindset because it's transformation and duplication. If you don't, I have a saying that the amount of money you'll ever earn in network marketing is in direct proportion to your ability to transform. Yeah, give me a nod if you agree with that. Yeah, it really is about transformation. I think network marketing is the excuse for personal development, to be honest. It's like if you want to grow, if you want to know what paradigms you have, if you want to know what limiting beliefs you have, join a network marketing organization, and then you're going to know very quickly what's there for you, because everything will just come hit you in the face in that universal mirror. I did a Facebook Live mirror on the wall. If you didn't see it, you get some time, go and watch it. Mirror on the wall, just like that old mantra from Cinderella, right? It's always there. Who are we seeing? So this is the funnel here. So I'm building an invite-only download of 8-player marketers. And again, this is calling people out. We want to attract people that are in network marketing. There's no apology about that. I resist, I have to say, if I'm honest, resist sponsoring people that are not in network marketing. Now, am I saying that you shouldn't sponsor people that are not in network marketing? No. Okay, you got to remember this is your business that you're building. But with millions of people struggling every day to build what they already understand as an industry, to me, it doesn't make sense to go and pull more people into the problem when we can help the ones that already have the problem. Does that make sense? Right? And they're looking for answers, right? They're looking for someone. They're looking for you, actually, to show them a better way, a different way to build their business and have everything they know they want, which is why they're probably joining in the first place, their team, except they're just being confronted now with go and talk to more people. You know, make a list of 100 names, go for no. Rejection's part of the game and all that sort of stuff. So we're sort of calling people out here. There's a video. So this is going to be my origin story. There's going to be an origin story, and I'll show you how you can use this later on. But basically, anywhere they click on here, it's going to have a quiz, because we know quizzes actually improve conversions for people to continue. I'm not sure what's happened there. All right, I'm not sure what happened there. But when you click on the quiz, it will take you to the next page. And I'm not going to follow the fun. I'm just going to show you the screenshots. So from there, once you click on something, it's going to take you to the next page. And once you enter your email, you're going to come to an application form. We want to make people apply to work with us. When you make people apply, you get a much higher caliber type of person than just anybody. And of course, the questions are all very much, you know, aligned with really identifying who do you want to work with. And, you know, I have a criteria, and I've said this before, and I know some of you are new. I always ask myself the question, if you're on a company cruise and you're like, hey, Karen's coming to dinner, are you excited or are you worried? And if the person that you are reading about in these comments, when they apply, if they give you any alarm bells of somebody that you might think, then you got to make a call. Do you want to even prospect that person? But if you're like, hey, how cool is it that Karen's coming to dinner? She's so much fun. She's always so funny. She's always adding so much value. Betty, Nancy, then you're like, okay, cool. We're going to work with that person. And so there's 4 pages here. This works on mobile as well. Once they complete the application form, because they opted in, they start getting an email series automatically. And from here, they go on to join my team. And you notice, like, there's no apology. Join my team. Like, this is like, it's straight out. We're inviting you to join. And then I put together a full training video series here where they get an email every day showing them how to do that. This is what I created. This is the value. You can go, like, anything that we create for you as a tool, you can go and create your own 4-part video series on anything that you want. And really, once I give you the templates on this stuff, all you have to do is replace the URL of the video. Okay? And then go from there. Then you're going to have, obviously, each video will play on here. This will come day by day, one by one. And then we're basically showing people how to go here. Now, they can go straight to the presentation here. They'll get that on the video. And then in the presentation page, Fernando, what network marketing are you with? Remember, we don't tell people what company we're with until we have a qualified prospect. So by now, we've got the form completed. By now, they've opted in, so we can follow up with them. So we're not giving anything away to somebody that hasn't opted in somewhere that we control, that we can follow up with them. There's a video right now. I've got this video, but I'm going to create another video which just shows the roadmap for what we do. And then you remember these 2 videos, which are part of our current presentation model as well. And then they have a couple of options. They can go, yes, I'm ready to join the team, woohoo, I want products. Or maybe they just have a question, in which case, yeah, they can go and book a call with you on the calendar. Okay. And then in terms of the warning down here, I'm not sure if I can move that. You know, we're a group of unconventional entrepreneurs building global business from home, working 2 hours a day. Now, you may be doing more than that. Sometimes I do 15 hours a day. And you might say 2 hours a day is unrealistic. Then you need to go and look at the model that we've created, because you should be able to work your 2 hours. Once you step up as the leader in your team and you start developing other stuff, some days you're going to do more hours. But on the main, for the average person coming in that just wants to tap into the system, they should be able to follow our daily method of operation, connect with some people, optimize their funnels, get content out, leverage, and work the business 2 hours a day. It's a recommendation. We're not saying they have to, right? That's what we call Club 120. Duplication transformation system with a clear roadmap to 6 figures. And so the roadmap to 6 figures is not just network marketing, as I think we all know here. It takes a long time. It takes time to build a network marketing ongoing residual income. But of course, we're teaching people how to build the way professional network marketers build, which is creating multiple streams of income. One of them is monetizing yourself from the nose, which is why we tab with the Lead Marketing Pro to help people do that. So one, they've got the cash flow to fund their ads, to fund their products, to fund travel, whatever they want, while they're building their network marketing long-term asset. And obviously from here, now, of course, these buttons will take them to either your opportunity page or your biohacking page if you want to get products, or they're going to get on a call with you if they read that. And these links just point to the same thing. So this is what I've created. I'm about to test it. I just got to finish a couple of videos. Now, the way that I want to use this, and because I've modeled this of someone else that does it in the industry, who modeled of someone else. Everybody's modeling of somebody. But the way that they have it is, if you don't want to go and create your own series, if you're happy to just leave my videos there, me and Brandi talking, then, you know, here you would say you'll be joining our team under Betty Friesen, who's a rock star, right? And then this, you'll be sharing all this funnel. It will all be links back to you. So this will be your opportunity page, your biohacking page. You can just basically use the funnel. You don't have to create your own. But, you know, we do encourage you to build your own brand, right? Like, this is what it's about. You are your own entrepreneur. Then you can create your own. This you won't have to change, because this is how we explain the system, but you could record the screen and show the navigation of how the system works. But the 4 video series, you can create your own. You can change that photo and you can create your own stuff, your own testimonials that you're getting along the way. Go from there. So that's an automated funnel. Now here is going to have an origin story. So I want to tap onto any questions about any of this. I'll stop sharing for now. Any questions? No questions. Everybody's mesmerized. Okay, that's cool. You excited? Think it's a good idea? Have another funnel to help us automatically recruit people, get them qualified. So when you talk to them, they should. Now, some people might go all the way through to the end. And another guy that I've modeled this off, he has people registering all the time. They automatically go on the downline because they just want it. And we do offer priority positioning, which means that you can decide, you know, you might open it up to the first 5 people, and you might then start building people under them, right? So if there is you want to give them a call to action. You want to have psychological trigger, scarcity, and all that sort of stuff to make it easier. There's going to be an origin story. Now, who's familiar with the origin story? Anyone come across the origin story? No. Origin story is a concept that Russell Brunson talks about in his books, .com Secrets, Expert Secrets. Michael Haig is a screenwriter in Hollywood. I mean, they talk about who's heard about the hero's journey? Anyone heard about the hero's 2 journeys? You might have heard about that. Yeah, every hero has 2 journeys. And the way the movies are created is you follow the hero's outward journey, which is what he does, what he achieves or doesn't achieve. But then what makes us fall in love with the hero is the inward journey, the transformation that happens along the way. We all have that, right? We're going to have our own journey of achievement, and we're going to have a journey of transformation. And that approach is the way that a lot of ads are written, right? A lot of the story ads that are written follow the hero's journey. So I want to give you the steps here. And who's got Russell Brunson's book, Expert Secrets? Yeah, Aggie has. .com Secrets. No, yeah, Karen has, right. So there are a number of steps. I think there are 8 steps, right? And I'll take you through the steps. So if you're building an ad, or if you're doing a video for an ad, it's called the Epiphany story. And how if you read, like, who keeps tabs on the ads that pop up on their Facebook feed that come up from competitors? Yeah, to see how they're writing their ads. You notice there's a bit of a theme, isn't there? It's like, I was really excited, and then I struggled, and then it happened. It was revealed to me by, you know, I don't know, some sort of magic, and now everything's different, right? It's like the epiphany happened. And one of the things that Lisa Nichols talks about is that people actually don't spend enough time on the epiphany. You actually want to take the reader through what actually happened in detail. So really the first thing you want to do, if you want to take notes from this, is you want to start with your backstory. So what is the story that's going to get everybody vested in what it is, that journey that you're going on? And it might be like, for me, I was a corporate sales manager. I was earning 6 figures, $178,000 a year, 7 years, hard, you know, blood, sweat, tears, working long hours, 16 hours, traveled all over the country, biggest media company. I thought I had a job for life until they decided they didn't need me anymore, because nobody was buying directories anymore. Everybody was going online. That was a wake-up call, right? Scary. Golden handshake, you know, what people call it a golden handshake, you know, like your 401k or whatever. No more 401k, six-figure payout. The only problem with that is that it only lasts so long, especially when you're accustomed to living a certain way on salary. Does that make sense? So that's all part of the backstory. And then desires, what do you want to accomplish externally? For me, I didn't want to go back to a job once I had that realization. I felt the universe was pushing me. My internal struggle was I wanted to do something for myself and provide for my family without having to ever rely on a job again. And I'm not saying the jobs are bad, all right? So don't hear me the wrong way. Just for me, that was my experience. I think we should all be grateful for our jobs if we have them, because they provide for us and allow us to do the things we're doing right now. The third step is, what was the wall that you hit within your current opportunity? What was the wall that I hit? The wall that I hit was I didn't know what to do online. I had Amazon business. I had SEO. I had about 7 books on my table every day. My wife was going to work a part-time job. I had 7 books, and I was trying to break up my day into learning about Amazon products, SEO, Facebook, app development. I already developed an app that failed. I put $10,000 and didn't make a cent back. That was a big learning experience. And so I was confused. I started to run out of money. My wife started to stress to the max. You know, she was going to work. She looked at me with fear. But the biggest, I guess, the biggest wake up for me was the look of resentment in her eyes. Like, fear I can handle. But when your wife or your partner looks at you with resentment, it's like you're the man, you're supposed to be providing what's going on. And here you're being torn because you have this passion. It was very, very difficult. What was the wall that you hit? So that was my challenge. I didn't know how to build a business online. What was the epiphany? I mean, fortunately for me, I was able to join the lead marketing pro. I started to run out of money. I was looking for tools I already had without spending more money on tools. You know how we always go from, oh, I need that. Oh, I need that. Oh, I need that. Anyone had that? You see some email and it's like, oh, I need that tool. I need that tool. And before you know, you got this whole mess. And then you don't use the first ones because you're like, on the one you're using now, you forgot what you bought that one. I don't know if that happens to you, happens to me, happens to a lot of people I know. But I realized I had a lead marketing pro. I went back. I didn't realize I had coaching. I had coaching available to me because I was a VIP member from 2010. Hadn't done anything with it. And then I was invited to coach because of my background in coaching. So that opened me up to network marketing again, which I'd done many years ago, but failed dismally. Anyone else failed at network marketing before? It's just me. Yeah, it's good to see I'm in good company here. And so I started helping people online, right, with the systems that I lead marketing pro. I was the first international coach, which was great. I was the 5th coach to join the team. There was only 4 coaches before then. And we got to work helping people, which was great. The only problem was I was still not achieving what I wanted, okay? But I started to learn a lot about the struggles that people have in network marketing. Next step, what was the plan that you created to achieve your desire? So from everything that I've learned, what we're doing now, of course, is we built Club 120. Before that, though, like many, I think, I started to look at who can I sign under that's a leader that's going to help me get there. It's like, I don't know if that's ever happened to you, or you know people like, I know a few people like that. They think that by signing up under the #1 distributor in a company, all of a sudden by osmosis, you're going to get success, right? It doesn't work. You still have to do the work. You still have to learn the stuff for yourself, and you still have to obviously make things happen. So I learned that the hard way. I kept on jumping from opportunity to opportunity, and then discovered, you know what, I need to do this for the people that I can help based on what I know from the struggles. And that came from helping, 4,000 people from 50 countries. Conflict. So the next one is conflict. What is the conflict? The conflict was doing it in a way that is unconventional. What was the end result that you achieved? So we have a club that we're growing online, digital. We're not compromising, setting our own vision and not following other people's methods. And of course, the transformation that I experienced for myself, which is the last step, is realizing that I was the leader that I was seeking in others, right? And that I had the ability to help other people with what we were creating. And I was fortunate that I was able to partner up with Brandi, who believed in the vision that I have for what we're trying to create here. And we got to work together and, of course, bring the value that we do in Club 120. So there's an example of a story. That's what it's going to look like on that first video. But you can see how you can put your own story into these steps. It doesn't matter where you're at, because one of the things that might come up for you is like, Yeah, but I haven't got a lot of experience in network marketing. I haven't done much online. Anyone think that? Like, I don't have a lot of experience, or I haven't really succeeded in network marketing. We haven't really proven Club 120 yet. We're still proving Club 120, but we have all the steps in place, and we've recruited enough people to show that the system works when we make it work. And we just have to keep on doing that. We have to always make sure that we know who that target audience is that we're attracting, because not only are they going to be challenged, but they have to be willing to step through that. And already, even within, our group here, we know that you guys, and Betty, I keep on coming back to you, but you experienced that firsthand, right? And you did, and you could have still been resisting Facebook Live, but you're a different person today just because of that experience. But you know what? It doesn't stop there. The next challenge is there, waiting for what's the next step for you, right? Where do you go from here? And this is for all of us. Going forward. Any questions about the Epiphany bridge story? No? You guys are very quiet. I'm either mesmerizing you, I'm not connecting with you. What's going on?
No, it's good information.
Say again, Aggie?
I'm saying it's good information, so I'm sure we are quiet because we are listening to what you got to say. It was interesting to listen to the steps that you are taking, to tell us the hero's journey and up to the transformation that eventually that you get to. So I was just concentrating, listening to how you're going through the steps.
I've created a worksheet for you, which I'm going to put in the Club 120 download, so you can just download it and just get filling it. And so you fill the story out. You fill the story out, and then, or you can type it out, and then basically you go. Now, if you want to write an ad, you can use it to write your ads.
Okay, great.
And you see the ads that have been written around this. I used to go from hotel meeting to hotel meeting, door to door, face to face, catching up with people who weren't showing up, and all the pain of that. That can be your epiphany story until you realize, hey, there's a better way of doing this online. Why go and impose yourself on people when you can actually attract people to you, right? That's the epiphany story in a Facebook ad, and you see them all the time. But what you want to do is you want to spend time really elaborating on the epiphany. It's the epiphany being the wake up moment, it's like the realization, the big wow, aha, that sort of stuff. So that's what I'm working on right now. Sorry, I've got pop-ups coming in here. So what I want to do now is I want to open it up to hear where you're at. Do some free coaching today. If anybody's stuck, are they struggling with some mindset, struggling with part of your marketing, something's not working, let's use this time to help you. If Karen, you want to share one insight, and I think you're gonna do training for us next week. I think we're yet to confirm that, but you might bring some more training. But maybe just one takeaway from the weekend. I know you've been in a weekend retreat with Brandi and Raul. You guys have been in Orlando doing some training. Maybe just quickly share one thing that really made a huge difference for you that you think might benefit everyone else. Can I ask you to do that?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm really brain dead right now. It's been a long weekend. But I guess the biggest thing for me was just the amount of support that I received, because I officially left Nerium on Thursday, and I finally received the email that I am free of all their crap. So I appreciated all the support that I received. And one thing that really struck me was that during the event, there was a lot of breakdowns where people would realize that they have this paradigm that was holding them back, and there would be just breakdowns. And it's important to remember that we have to share those with people, because people would try to hide those breakdowns. And one thing that Elite Marketing Pro did a really good job of was having the facilitators watch people and see when the breakdowns were happening, because it's so important. You can't hide in this business. If you hide, if you don't tell anybody what you're struggling with, you're not going to succeed. You have to don't be afraid to cry in front of people. Don't be afraid to ask for help, because that's part of network marketing. I can't tell you how many times I've cried during my business, how many times I've been like, what in the heck is going on? Why isn't this working? So it's okay. It's okay to have those moments, those breakdown moments. You have a safe environment here. That's what team is all about. So really allow yourself to have that breakdown moment with somebody, with either your sponsor or with the team in general. Because here's the thing, if you have a breakdown moment in front of the team with the team, you're probably going to find an answer. You're probably going to figure out how to get past whatever paradigm it is that you're stuck with right now. So be open, be honest, don't hide, just let it happen.
Beautiful. That's really good insight. Thank you so much. Raul, can you hear us? Are you still here? Can you talk? Can you leave us a chat if you can talk? Yeah. There he is. Hey, welcome, my friend. Are you happy to share one key takeout from your event? You did your first event with the MP on the weekend. Just something that you took away for yourself.
Hi, Karen. How you doing? Good. I just came back. I just get home from Tampa, and yeah, it was a good three-day weekend, intense, full of information. First time meeting Brandi and meeting Helen. My top point out of it is relationship all the way. Also, how to engage with people through fear, through dreams, the transition, and that there is real people on the other side of the laptop. When you communicate, when you message, when you try to connect, you have to understand that there's a real life on the other side of the computer, with problems, with dreams, frustrations, and everything, and you're trying to provide a solution. But you have to understand what the fear is before. You have to go deeper on the emotions. Okay, so it's very close to what Fernando teaches us here in the Club 120. So it's very, very similar. These tips will help us move forward here in the club. So excited.
Awesome, man. Thank you for sharing. What I love is that both you and Karen, you tapped on the same thing about, relationships, people. I think that's probably the key. I know listening to Lisa Nichols, and I know Kat did that program, and so did Aggie. You did that, the Mind Valley, the Speak. Well, I can't remember what it was called. Speak to Empower or something?
Speak to Inspire.
Speak to Inspire. That's the one. Speak to Inspire. And one of the things that, and I think this is really on point, what Karen is saying, we're afraid to show our vulnerability. We're afraid. It's like, for whatever reason. And one of the things that I really got from listening to Lisa, and she's got an amazing story. If you haven't watched the video where she's interviewed by Steve Harvey, go and watch that and follow some of her stuff. I mean, from there to now, it's chalk and cheese anyway. She's a whole different person now. Very, very well recognized motivational speaker, asked to speak it all over the place. But the one thing that she says is that, that one thing that we all hide, that one thing that skeleton in our closet that we all have, whatever that may be for you, the thing that we don't want anybody to know about, is the thing that's going to create loyalty and following with you, if you can own that, right? That's what she says. And that's true for a lot of people. Like we're afraid to let people know that sometimes we don't have everything handled, that we are afraid. I know that's me. I don't always have everything handled. Sometimes I get paralyzed. I do get paralyzed, and it's like I get overwhelmed, and I let things simmer, maybe sometimes for a little bit too long before I get into action. And I remember, I was coaching a lady recently, and it was so funny how some people can just do it. I said, tell me a little bit about you. And this lady was saying to me, so I'm a coach, to women. I empower them with, hair and makeup. I took a year off to do drugs and become an addict, and I did some time in jail, and now I just help people. And it was like, that was her story. and she didn't flinch in telling that story. Like some people obviously she's done some work, I would imagine, along the way, but that was her mess, that was her mess that she had. And I remember back in 2016 in San Diego when we did the No Excuses Summit, where I met Raul for the first time there in person. There was a guy who was turning his mess into his message, and I love that concept. We all have mess in our life. Like, I'm sure that if we're all honest, put our hands on our heart, that there's, we all have parts of our life that's been messy. Maybe not necessarily now, but at some point there's been mess. I know I've had lots of mess in my life, a lot of breakdown in my life. But I've learned from those things, and hopefully I'm a better person for it, and I can use those experiences to help people. But if you can turn your mess into your message, and you're aware that that is what creates connection with people, then you become truly free to empower and because that's what becomes inspirational. That vulnerability is like, oh my gosh, I can't do what you do. How is it that, you are so much like me? I thought there was something wrong, and now here you are. So I would encourage you, exactly what Karen is saying, especially within the team. So the stuff that you do for your audience, for your tribe that you're building. So when you do your Facebook Lives, and if you've seen some of my Facebook Lives, I'll often come on and talk about some of my personal stuff, my personal journeys, my health journeys, my spiritual life, what I stand for, what I believe in. And don't be afraid to even do that, because remember, you don't want to be all things to all people. That's probably the worst thing that you could do as a marketer, is try to be all things to all people. You need to be able to polarize. And I know a good example of that is Rachel Jackson. Anyone here know Rachel Jackson? Rachel Jackson is a top distributor with LiveVantage. She has a huge following. She's been featured by Eric Worre. And if you go to one of her groups, she'll tell you, we're God-fearing people. We don't believe in crystals. We don't believe in universe. We don't believe in that. We believe and serve the Lord God. Like, she's, boom, that's who she is. That's what she stands for. If that's not you, don't try and join my tribe. I don't want you in my tribe, in a nice sort of way. But she's made a stand for who she is, what she stands for, who she wants to work with. And so she's polarizing people. There'll be people that are like, well, I don't know, why should you discriminate or whatever. She's just putting it out there. So don't be afraid to stand for what you stand for, and let that be known. Because remember, this is your business, and you want to work with who you want to work with, and you might as well choose and pick who you want to work with, who you can inspire, who's going to add to your vibration, so that collectively we can continue to attract more and serve more people that way. Any comments, any thoughts, any questions?
I have a comment.
Yes, Nancy.
I'm just thinking, and I'm new to this system, but an old network marketer, done the cars and the trips and all. I think that if this system will be the difference, and that can be my message. Like, there's lots of people out there that worked really hard, built lots of big teams, made some money, but where it stopped was they were the engine pulling, and somewhere they ran out of steam. And if this system makes the difference, that will pull, I think, all the other marketers out there that might be marketing a really great company, a really great product, but this will be the determining factor. So
yeah, and so because you're experiencing that now for yourself, and because you've got experience in the industry, and you've worked alongside people that have done it the other way, and you know how far they can get and where they struggle, you now have a whole new zest of energy, you know what I mean? Like, in terms of building and helping those people that I was coaching a lady the other day. She's regional vice president with Arbonne, pretty high up, second from the top. And here she was looking for, learning how to build the business online, because the fear now, and this is something for you guys to be aware as we're attracting other network marketers, because the day is coming where you're going to attract people that are going to have teams under them. Don't be afraid of that. They're going to want to maybe partner with you and bring the team over. Like, that happens. We see it all the time in the industry, more so at the higher level. And we know examples of that with Modere more recently. But that's going to happen. And there's a fear that whilst I've built it, because this lady, she had built her success, face-to-face, belly-to-belly, house meeting, face wash by face wash, I remember one of my first presentations was brushing my teeth in someone's home. They were teaching me about their product, so they made me brush my teeth. I mean, that's how they build it. But their fear now is that as they're bringing on new people, those new people are looking for leadership in building online. And if they don't have that, then they're afraid that either they're not going to attract the people they want anymore, or they may start to lose the people they have to other teams that are building online, that are doing the things that we're doing. And so there's a lot of people looking for stuff like that now. And yes, this system, that's why we build what we build, because we don't want to bother with rejection and family and friends. Any stucks? Anybody stuck on anything? Mindset? Maybe you're struggling with a thought, a paradigm, a fear. This is a perfect opportunity to put to work what Karen and Raul were saying earlier. This is where we're at. I think Nancy's frozen. Can everybody else hear me? Okay, yes.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Judy, good to see you. Welcome. We're just going through any stucks, anything you want to share, any paradigms, any mechanical, tactical strategy that we can help you with on the call right now.
Yes, as you probably already know, Fernando, I'm not a very high-tech person, and building my fan page like you did, I don't know how this happened, but over the years, probably since 2009, I've got numerous email addresses. I got numerous Facebook pages or Facebook. And I am so confused. I don't even know where to begin to dive in and to get rid of some of this stuff. I realize I need one personal, for friends and things, but then I need one for the business. But I tried to delete one of my accounts and realized that a lot of the Light Vantage and some of the things that you or Teresa or Brandi had sent me was through that email address. And so I'm caught, I guess I'm frustrated because I'm caught in a system and I don't know what to do. I have a friend who might be able to come over and help me weed out. So instead of having 3 or 4 or 5 email addresses, I just have 1 or 2. And unfortunately, each of the email addresses have important things on it, either from this company or for something else. And
so where is the stuck?
Where am I stuck?
Where is the stuck specifically around that?
I have a hard time navigating to see where, like if you instant message me, where did that come from? Which site did that come from?
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay.
I'm not quite.
Yeah, that's something that I might be able to spend a bit of time with you one-on-one off the call, like offline, and I can show you and support you with that. But so there is an opportunity in here though for you and everyone else. Maybe we'll open it up. Like, what can Mary do? Because this is a good learning opportunity, right? Like you've made yourself vulnerable in sharing that, and I appreciate that, and I acknowledge you for doing that, right? And again, it's all good here. But what might Mary be able to do to sort this out? Where could she get help other than me getting on the call with her and showing her and all that?
Well, you always tell me that there's a video on YouTube for everything.
Yeah. So I guess what I want to highlight out of this is that it always comes down to, because we're all going to experience things that are going to frustrate us. Like I get that all the time as well. We all at different levels. So wherever we're at, there's always going to be levels of frustration. What's really important though, from a mindset point of view, is what are the questions that we ask ourselves, right? What are the questions that we ask? Because if we're not careful, we start asking the wrong questions. Why can't I get this? Why is this so frustrating to me? Why is it that other people, it just seems so easy for them? Like, you see where I'm going with this? They're disempowering questions. And if every question brings with it the answer, what's a better way of looking at this? What's a better question I can ask? What resource could I get? Where could I go for help? Right? And of course, this you could post in the community. But what I would suggest maybe, Mary, is the first step before you and I get on a call is do go to YouTube and type in whatever is the stuck that you have, see if there's a video for it, and try and follow that. And if you can't resolve it through that, then reach back out to me and then we'll get on a call together. But the opportunity here for everybody, because we're all going to have, this is an ongoing thing all the time. It's never going to stop. Whenever we get stuck, just look at what questions we start asking ourselves, right? Because it's the questions that bring with them the answers. Does that help, Mary?
A little bit. Thank you.
A little bit. Oh, just a little bit.
Well, it's still very much confusing to me because most people have just a couple of email addresses, but I've got like maybe 4 or 5 or 6 of them, and I need to get rid of them. I need to
close the accounts.
Yeah, and I did. I closed my one MSN account and deleted it, and then the next day I went to go get something, couldn't find it. It was on the account that I deleted, so I had to recover it, and it's kind of like a vicious circle. And so I'm trying to declutter. And
I wouldn't worry too much about delete. I would just let them be, and just not have them. You know, if you got them feeding to another account, but that's okay. We can hop on a call together. We can have a look at it, and if I can help, I'll be happy to do that, right? But I appreciate you sharing, because you know, for some people here that might not seem like a big thing, but for you, any amount of energy that you're giving to that, it's robbing you from you being with somebody else, you know, chatting with somebody, serving somebody. And this is what we want to be mindful of, right? Stuff like this does rob us of energy that actually impacts the next thing that we could be doing. So we do have to be mindful of that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. And you don't want, and you have to protect yourself from that. You really do. So you got to say, okay, like just deal with it, write it down, look for the resource, get it complete, and move on to the next, so it doesn't continue to linger, because then it's just going to rob you. All right, anyone else want to ask, share something, any stocks, any opportunity, any wins? What about wins? Anybody have a win that they want to share, something exciting that's happening for them? Conversations, chats, breakthroughs, progress. Right, we want to be progressing here, guys. We want to be always moving forward, right? So you want to be looking for that. Judy?
I got rid of a stalker, so that was woohoo, yes. And I learned how to put my face on emails. I'm right into Page Creator Pro, so I'm learning a lot from that, and I'm enjoying that. So
okay, cool, awesome, yeah. And this is what you want, to continually to upgrade your skills, right? Upgrade your skills, master your psychology, strategize your actions, and clarify your vision. Now, who doesn't quite know where they are on their journey? Actually, I want to ask that question. Who doesn't quite know where they are in the roadmap? Does everybody know where they are in their roadmap, in their journey?
I know what I've done. I'm not sure where I'm going.
Yeah, but you know where you're at, because we had a
I know where I'm at.
We had a one-on-one call, and we knew exactly you're in conversion ads, right? So you're on month 3.
Oh, yes.
The reason I'm asking that question is because sometimes I feel like we get a little bit lost in the roadmap. Remember, with the roadmap, and we covered this last week, there's a start here. That's the start of your roadmap. Once you've graduated, so for Nancy, you're in your first 7 days, right? And so your job is to follow email 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7, right? As you know that there is no 4 and no 6. Once you graduate and you have your platform set up and you've done your script and you're good to go, then you basically go to the roadmap. You watch the training session in button number 6, watch the video, look at the PDFs. That gives you the structure for 12 months. And then you click on that first badge and you watch whatever trainings there, and that's what you're working on. So if you don't know where you're at or what you should be doing, and you're starting to feel a bit lost, you need to go back to always that roadmap. That is your guide to 12 months. Between the roadmap and the PDF, that tells you exactly where you're at. So if you've already got a fan page, if you've already got 5,000 friends, if you've already done chats, if you've done presentations and all that, and you're doing traffic ads, it may be that you're now at conversion ads. But remember, you have to really get a good understanding of Facebook ads before you go to the next stage. If you haven't done your 21-day challenge yet, that's where you're at. You got to go and do that. That's part of the badges. That's part of the training. So there shouldn't be any one of us at any point in time not knowing where we are in the roadmap and not moving forward. Like every day, every week, every month, we should be progressing if we're following the roadmap. Remember the conversation we had a little while ago that tomorrow, 12 months is an illusion, a delusion actually. It's a lie, it's a story that we've made up that it exists because we may never get there. All we have is the now, and it's what we do today that's going to determine what manifests in 12 months from now. And that's what the roadmap is there to give you. Now, the intention of the roadmap is to show you where you get stuck. And if you're not getting stuck, either you're blitzing it or you're not taking enough action for yourself. And it's not a criticism. We just want to observe where we're at. And if we're not taking action, it might be that we're overwhelmed or we're paralyzed, right? Because there's something that's come up in this mirror of universe where we're like, oh, I don't know what to do here. You know, like Facebook Live, you know, some people would just linger at Facebook Live challenge for another month, 2 months. I'm not looking at anybody, Betty, just, you know, I'm just saying out there, right? We don't, we just wait. You want to be taking the action. And the moment you get stuck with something, you want to reach out. Do exactly what Karen said earlier. You go to the group and you say, I'm working on this badge here in my roadmap and I'm stuck and I need help. Who can help? If you do that and you make that commitment to yourself, you're going to win the game. If we don't do that, you're going to stay stuck for a long time and you're going to get disheartened and demotivated. And then the challenge with that is that this will just become something else that you tried. And that's not what we're committed to for you. We're committed to supporting you to win your game with this structure that we've created. Does that make sense for everybody? It's an observation. It's nothing that, and my invitation for you guys as team members is that you never listen to anything that Brandi or I or anyone else says, yeah, it's criticism or good or bad or right or wrong. It's just what works and what doesn't work. We're always evaluating on how to be better for ourselves and for the team. And if we listen from that and we commit to that, then we're always going to be able to move forward. Otherwise, we'll start running stories about who are you and why are you telling me that or whatever. And then that is a paradigm right there that we have to go and deal with, right? And make sure that we're staying coachable. So I don't have much more to add, guys. I wanted to share with you what I've been working on. Going to test it and see how that converts. It still needs to be, you know, tested and improved. But then I'll show you how you can have access to that. And then if you want to go for it, I'll give you the templates. You can go and create your own. You can use the videos that are already there. We'll just add your name to it. So it'll be your funnel that you will put people to. Create your own form, which is a lot of those elements are free. You know, creating the form is free. A lot of that stuff you don't have to pay for, which is pretty cool. Any final thoughts, comments, shares before I let you guys go for the rest of the week to crush it? Mary and Raul. Raul's giving me a thumbs up. Mary, you want to say something?
Yeah. Saturday and Sunday, 24th and 25th, after Thanksgiving, I'm doing a vendor home show, and it's products that I make. It's my first time vending. And I worked on the flyer because I kind of want to throw Life Advantage in there. I'll have a sheet of paper. People can put their names and email addresses, phone numbers down. I don't know if you can see this. Mm-hmm. But anyway, it's a flyer. And it says, does working from home, your car, or you're on vacation interest you? And then I say, if I told you there was a way to increase your cash flow without jeopardizing what you're doing right now, would you be interested? Then over here I put my promise to you, and then I listed some things. I didn't use LifeVantage. I didn't use any names of the products. So is this acceptable then? However, this is going to be in a clear case, and I'm not done with this, but it's going to be in a clear stand. And below I'll have, I just ordered LifeVantage business cards.
Okay. So, I would reach out to Brandi. Brandi has a lot more experience in what I do with what, you know, do's and don'ts with marketing for LifeVantage.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you want to do stuff like that, you can. But as you know, like we're doing stuff online. So I'm doing a lot of stuff like that, which I think that's why Brandi might be a better resource in this case. Yeah, and see if it's okay, and then if that works, then great. Okay. But just remember, so Mary, like we might have to have just a one-on-one to really just get a sense of where you're at, because we're trying to attract people that, and you may not want to, I don't know, but we're trying to attract people that are already in network marketing that are struggling. That's who we want to help you attract. And what you're trying to do there is attract people that are looking for an opportunity. Is that fair to say?
I guess.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that that's bad in any way. Remember, this is your business. You're going to do that. But what we want to help you with is that's a much harder conversation, right? Because you got to get him, like, have you ever thought about a side hustle business from home? All those paradigms that people have about network marketing, when there's already millions of people that are stuck and struggling to build the business they joined with somebody already who are looking for you to help them go the next step. That's what we want to help you build online, right? Mm-hmm. If that excites you, I'm not sure, because you've chatted with Brandi, but maybe we can have a conversation. But when's that event that you're running for that?
I'm sorry?
When's that event? When are you doing that?
What is it? It's 24th. A store.
24th.
Pardon?
24th of November.
Where? It's the 24th and 25th.
Yeah, just reach out to Brandi and just share that with her and get some insight from her about, because I know every company has, what do's and don'ts for marketing, what you can and can't say. And if you're not saying anything about the company or the product, I don't see a problem. But just to be safe, so that you don't get yourself into trouble.
Okay, thanks.
Awesome. Anybody else? Nancy?
I just have one more. I have to ask this because I'm about to build my fan page for this. You had said at the top of the hour not to use coaching, but my branding starting from other companies, I'm Coach Grancy, Grancy, my license plates, my everything. I'm the Coach Grancy. So do I put that on this fan page, or do you think I should go straight with Nancy?
So the thing that I know is that because you're not going to tap into your existing audience, you're going to tap into a new market, a new audience,
right?
People you don't know yet. And with marketing, what you want to hit people with is what they want, not what they need. So what you and I know is that they need coaching.
Right.
They need systems. But if you said, hey, let me coach you to success, they don't want to be coached. What they want is more leads, more prospects to talk to, right? That's what they want. That's what's going on here. But what they need is coaching, structure, process, systems, and all that sort of stuff. So I will go with public figure, which is what we normally recommend. If you want to, if you could test it. I mean, the thing with marketing too, Nancy, is that it's all about testing and measuring. So you could test Coach Nancy, or whatever the name is that you're using that people know you by. You could test that and see how that goes. You might find that it resonates. People are going to be drawn to that. And if not, just change that on the cover photo and just go again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But set yourself up. Don't set yourself up as entrepreneur or public or company or anything like that.
No, I would set that up as, like you said, public figure.
Yeah.
But maybe just because my email, everything says Coach Grancy, but not that I can't change that.
Yeah, I've got Coach Fernando Loaiza. Yeah. I've got Coach on mine too, because of Elite Marketing Pro, where I still coach. It's easier for people, but try it, test it. Yeah, I would just say test it and see how that goes. And if not, then it's only a simple redesign just on that and just change it.
Okay, thanks.
Cool. Awesome, guys. Well, good job. Thank you for joining with me again for another week. Make the week count. Remember, we want progress, not perfection, right? Don't try and get anything right. You should be looking back 30 days from now, 6 months from now, and say, oh my gosh, what on earth was I thinking? And if you're saying that, then you know you're on the right track. If you say, I look amazing, that was the best Facebook Live ever, you're probably still waiting to do it. So don't be that person. All right, guys. Take care. God bless. See you next week. Bye for now.